Hey guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we're going to do a roundup of a few different topics. As a reminder for these type of videos, there is going to be that chapters tool down below, so if you don't like a topic, if you get bored of one, feel free to skip to the next one. Also, while you're down there, you can feel free to hit one of those buttons. Nope, not that one, the one on the left of it, that thumbs up button. So for the first topic, we have something that's related to California, but also might impact some of your credit card benefits. As of right now, Uber and Lyft are likely going to be leaving California due to AB5. The expected date for this is going to be August 20th of 2020. My guess is that it's going to be pretty similar to what happened in Austin for both of these companies. So they ended up leaving on May 10th of 2016, but returned 1 year later on May 29th of 2017. Back to the credit card side of things, what do I think is likely going to happen for these issuers and also these perks? So on the Chase side, we have Lyft, and this is a pretty good partner for them. And my guess is that they're not really going to do anything because they're probably just going to toss Lyft under the bus. They could easily argue that this is something that Lyft subsidizes and that they're not really responsible for. The other part of it is that people technically are not using these services as much as they previously used it. And then the second thing is that it's just easier to take away multipliers that are more temporary focused versus these long-term benefits. If they do end up adding another temporary multiplier, I think it's going to be something that they already had planned, and they're going to just use this as a marketing opportunity. So Chase might add something new for Q4 in addition to what they already have, and then say that, hey, it's also due to this to make sure that you're still getting value. Or maybe even better, they end up adding another partner that relates a bit more to people and what is going on right now. So if they have another grocery partner, such as the Walmart program, then I think that's a pretty good thing. Over on American Express's side and Uber's side, I think it gets really interesting because people, and including myself, see that Uber credit for the Platinum card as a very key part of that card. So unlike a multiplier, I feel like this is a lot more tangible, and especially since people were not just using this for Uber rides, they were using this for Uber Eats as well. My guess for this is that it's either going to end up turning into a better credit, so something that doesn't expire at the end of every month, but accumulates and lets you use it later on. I'm honestly surprised that Uber didn't do this earlier, given that people were not taking Ubers as much, and even before that, people typically don't take it every month. There's a lot of people who do it every 3 months when they take a flight. So by having these credits that maybe expire once every year ends up being a lot better for the consumer. The best case situation, which I don't think is going to happen, is that they turn this into a dining credit or one that can be also applied for dining, similar to the Hilton Aspire card. And yes, I am talking about this as if it's affecting everyone, even though it's focused on California, and there's a lot more to the US than just California, but I feel like the demographic of Uber, Lyft, Chase, American Express, it's very coastal focused and city focused, so this is one of their big markets. In the case that they don't end up adding anything or changing anything, I'd recommend just using Uber Eats Pickup in order to go to the restaurant to pick up the food. Hopefully that's still going to be operational. If you want a bit more information on what's going on and the actual details, I think Morning Brew did a pretty good job of this. I'm a big fan of Morning Brew and I've been using them since March 2017. It's basically a free newsletter and I think it's probably one of the better ones on the business side of things. I'll put a referral link down below if you're someone who wants to check it out, and hopefully if they see a lot of people signing up, they maybe sponsor a future video. Next, we'll go through a lightning round of different topics, and a lot of people treat this as a checklist to go down. If you want to do that, then I'd recommend going to the blog post where we'll have all the links to everything. The Chase Amazon Prime card is giving between 2 to 4% back everywhere with no limits for the next few months. This is a targeted thing though, so it doesn't apply to everyone and it's only on that Chase Amazon card, but I think it's definitely worth checking. Chase.com/mybonus, or again, go to that blog post. If you have a US Bank Altitude Reserve, check your email for earn a statement credit and points. There's an offer for $10 statement credit after 4 online purchases, totaling at least $75. I'm probably just going to end up loading my Amazon account with $75 in total to get that $10 credit. For Yada, I have 2 tickets that are still eligible for the jackpot, even though the odds are pretty bad right now. So if you want an update for that, I'd recommend following our Instagram, where I'll probably post a story tonight. Given the math, I pretty much have a 1 in 74,000 chance of hitting that jackpot, given that I have 2 tickets left and there's 3 more numbers to go. We did a whole video on that. It's about 3 to 4% expected value in terms of the interest, and I think it's something worth checking out. I'll put a referral link down below if you are curious, and it's going to have an increased offer above the normal referral offer. Next, if you're someone who booked Southwest flights and you ended up canceling them due to what's going on, you can now turn that into points. Given that you can typically get about 1.5 cents per point, I think this conversion makes a lot of sense, and I think it's worth it. And then the other benefit is that when you convert this into points, they don't end up expiring. If you're someone who has American Express incidental credits that you still haven't used, this might be a good thing given that these less than $100 fares on Southwest end up triggering that credit. We did a video back in 2019 and I'd recommend just looking for data points on Flyer Talk. So you can use that card to book a flight that triggers that credit, and then if you end up canceling that flight due to something coming up, given what's going on, then you can turn that into points. And that whole process is pretty easy. You pretty much just log in, click a few buttons, and that's it. Seems like a no-brainer to me, and I think it just makes a lot of sense to do that. The last lightning round topic is that some people are seeing 60,000 points for the American Express Gold card over on Card Match, and this is for people who are already customers with American Express, and I think that's a really good offer. The really cool part is that people who are already customers are seeing this, and normally you see these increased offers for new customers. If you want to see if you're targeted, go to that Card Match link down below, and that link also does support the channel. Moving into the final big topic, we have Cash App adding an interesting feature which I think is pretty dangerous. So a lot of people over on tech Twitter seem pretty excited about this, but for me, it seems risky more than anything. Jumping over to TechCrunch, Cash App is going to be lending you $20 to $200 at a time, and they expect you to pay this back within 4 weeks. They're going to charge 5% interest on this, and on the surface, that sounds pretty good because it's only 5%, but that's 5% for only 4 weeks of holding the money. So if we quickly do the math for this, the APR is about 89%. So a lot of people get pretty mad about credit card interest rates being high, but this is almost 3 times that. If you don't pay the loan after 4 weeks, you end up getting a 1-week grace period. If this is a normal thing versus something that's only one time, then it's only about 66.3% APY. So a bit better than the 89%, but still not good at all. After that, you end up paying 1.25% non-compounding interest every single week. This is still in the testing phase, but I can see them implementing this in the states that it's eligible to do that. And I think it's dangerous because it sounds safe, it sounds pretty cheap, but if you run the numbers, it gets really expensive. I guess there is a big argument that it's a lot better than payday loans because that's substantially worse. So if you go over there, you're looking at 200 to 400% interest compared to 60 to 80 something. So payday loans charge 20 times more than the average credit card, and these are used by 1 in 10 Americans. 400% average for payday loans versus 17% average for credit cards. The crazy part to me too is that a lot of the states that are affected are the ones that really don't like credit cards as well. Main takeaway for most of my videos is that I would recommend running the numbers before using something because 5% sounds nice, but when it's only over a 4-week period, it gets real expensive real fast. Again, blog post and also all the links to pretty much everything are going to be down below in the description box. My question for you guys is, what are your thoughts on the Uber and Lyft thing, and do you think they're going to change up any of the credit card benefits or do something interesting to it to make it at least a bit more usable? And then over on the Cash App side, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's good because it's a lot better than the alternatives, than the payday loan programs? Or do you think it's bad because it's going to encourage people who might not be as financially savvy to use these products that are still pretty expensive? Let me know and the community know in the comments down below. If you like the intro at the beginning of the video, give this a thumbs up. If you don't, then still give it a thumbs up. If you know anyone else who'd benefit from what we just talked about, especially the payday loan side, feel free to share this with them. It'll probably help them out. But otherwise, hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.